Hello friends. Today's fable is Hearts or Health. Once upon a time in a lush green meadow lived a happy rabbit. His name was Roger Rabbit. He loved hopping around all day, playing with his friends, and munching on delicious carrots. But Roger also liked watching the birds that lived in the tall oak tree beside his burrow. Every morning they would wake up with the sun and dance for joy. He closed his eyes and thought, maybe the birds are right. The birds were gathered around him, their faces full of worry. You can dance another day, but you never know when your last day will be. He ate and drank when he was thirsty and rested when he was tired, and the birds loved watching him dance. In the book, she talks about how easy it is to trade our authenticity for other people's approval. She says we often do this without even realizing it, like when we put on a fake smile to make someone else happy, or when we pretend to like something just because everyone else does. And don't forget to show your support, and tap on the screen for some feel-good fables. But ultimately, she says, it's not worth it. We shouldn't trade our authenticity for other people's approval because, in the end, it's our authenticity that makes us special, and it's other people's authenticity that we should be celebrating. They cheered him on and told him how great he was, but they never pressured him to push himself beyond his limits again. It is easy to get caught up in what other people think of us and to start acting in ways that we don't even want to. But we shouldn't let that happen. We should always remember who we are and what's important to us. Otherwise, we might end up doing something that goes against our deepest values and beliefs. So please promise us you won't push yourself so hard again. Roger looked at the birds, their faces filled with concern. He knew they were right. He had gotten so caught up in showing off for them that he had forgotten about his own will. He had traded his authenticity for their approval, and it had almost cost him his life. He promised the birds he would never do it again. Roger Rabbit, you scared us, said one of the birds. We saw what happened to the sparrow. We were so worried that you had hurt her badly. I'm sorry, stammered Roger. I didn't mean to step on you, Sparrow. I didn't know you were there. Are you okay? The sparrow looked at him for a moment. Yes, my wing is broken, but I will heal. It's not your fault, Roger Rabbit. I should have known better than to try and stop you. You really are an amazing dancer, but you need to take care of yourself. Dancing is important to you, but so is your health. Don't forget that maybe I am as good as them, maybe even better. Then he heard a loud crack. He opened his eyes and saw the sparrow standing over him with a broken wing. She had tried to stop him from hurting himself, but he had accidentally stepped on her wing and broken it. Guilt and pain flooded Roger's heart. He wanted to apologize to the sparrow, but no words came out. He tried to stand up, but his legs felt like lead. He collapsed again and fell asleep. They would flap their wings and chirp and hop and twirl and flash their beautiful, colorful feathers at each other. And Roger would sit there watching them and sigh. He wished he could be like the birds, light and graceful and free. One day he had an idea. He would dance too. He would dance like the birds and show everyone how great he was. And so every morning after that, Roger would dress up in a little blue jacket and a red neckerchief and dance for the birds. He would film his dances and post them on his phone, so that everyone in the world could see how amazing he was. The birds thought this was a wonderful idea. Do it, Roger Rabbit, they said. Show them all what you got. So Roger started dancing for the phone. At first it was fun. He danced with all his heart and the birds cheered him on. But then he started to get tired. His little legs were aching and his heart was pounding. But he kept dancing. He had to keep dancing. If he stopped, the phone would stop recording, and then no one would ever know how great he was. But he didn't dance like a bird, he danced like a rabbit. It was a small brown sparrow with a bright yellow beak. She hopped closer to Roger and chirped, "Are you okay? You look tired." But Roger didn't hear her. He was too focused on his phone. He was trying to do a triple axel jump and he didn't want to mess it up. The sparrow chirped again, but Roger still didn't hear her. He landed awkwardly and sat down on his haunches. The sparrow flew closer and asked again, "Are you okay? You look like you're about to faint." Finally, Roger heard her. He looked up at the sparrow and smiled weakly. "I'm fine," he said, "just a little tired. It's almost done. Just a few more hops and then I can rest." But the sparrow shook her head. "No, you need to rest now. You've been dancing for hours and you haven't eaten or drunk anything. You'll hurt yourself." But Roger didn't listen. He stood up and started dancing again. The sparrow tried to help him, but he just pushed her away. He didn't want her help. He wanted to do this on his own. He would hop and skip and wiggle his nose and twitch his wing, and the birds would watch and laugh and encourage him. "Hooray, hooray, good job, Roger Rabbit," they would say. "You're almost as good as us, maybe even better." And Roger basked in their attention. He puffed out his chest and felt proud. Then one day, Roger had an even better idea. And then something strange happened. As Roger was dancing, one of the birds flew down from the oak tree. As the minutes went by, Roger became weaker and weaker. His vision started to blur and his hands trembled. He stumbled and fell onto the soft grass. When he woke up, he was lying on a soft bed of leaves inside the oak tree. The other birds nodded in agreement. "Dancing is fun," said one, "but life is more important." From that day on, Roger continued to dance, but he never forgot to take care of himself. Once upon a time, a wise woman named Danielle Laporte wrote a book called Do Want to Trade Your Authenticity for Approval. So what's the moral of this story? The moral of this story is to remember who you are. What do you think? What do you think the most important thing is in life? Is it dancing or eating? Let me know in the comments below.